Hey guys, it's Raul again, and today I'm doing the monthly recommendations for the month of August. So in the month of August, officially our first year anniversary for monthly recommendations. So I just wanted to give a huge thank you to Trina from Between Chapters and Kayla from Kayla Rain, who have created this wonderful and amazing group that I have been a part of for the past year. So it has been a year since I've been doing these monthly recommendation videos and a year since this group was created, and I have been loving every single month, every theme, everything that I've participated in for this group has just been absolutely wonderful. So for the 1 year anniversary of this group, they did a tag. So one book for each topic that we've done for every month for this year. So I'm just going to briefly go through all of these books that I have just really enjoyed that fall into all of these categories. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. The first one is an underrated book, and for that I have chosen Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. I will recommend this book until I die. This is wonderful. It is amazing. And within all of this hype that's been going on with all of these other fantasy series that are going on recently, I feel like this is the book that kind of is under the radar for a lot of people. A lot of people probably have never heard it. A fantasy retelling of Alexander the Great, multiple perspectives, that I've absolutely been loving. I've read the first 2 books in the series, and it is absolutely fantastic. This is probably my favorite YA fantasy series that I have read so far. It is amazing. The next one is a book set in school, and for that I have chosen A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. This is a book that I found out about through the monthly recommendations group. This is about Libba Bray and going to a boarding school and this coven and magic, and it's wonderful. And I absolutely loved this one, and thanks to the monthly recommendations group, I was able to find out about the series and pick it up and enjoy it also. The next one is a creepy book, and I have chosen The Strain by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan, and this is not just creepy, this is absolutely terrifying. It is a kind of huge apocalyptic vampire type thing where just like vampires are overtaking New York City, and it is terrifying and wonderful, and I love it, and I recommend it for those of you who can take this kind of terror. I definitely recommend it. The next one is a trilogy, and for that I have chosen Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I feel like I'm kind of cheating on this one because I haven't finished the trilogy. I've read the first 2 books in it, but I've absolutely loved it. I love Lauren Oliver's writing. This is about a world where kind of love has been deemed a sickness. So people are getting cured from the sickness of love and taking all of these emotions of love because they feel like love kind of ensues all these wars and all of these negative things from it. So people are getting cured, but our main character begins to feel emotions of love kind of a couple of weeks before she herself is cured, and now she doesn't want to get cured herself. So it's kind of the chaos that ensues after that, with her kind of trying to escape, and now this boy that she's falling in love with, and it is wonderful. I've loved these first 2 books. I love Lauren Oliver's writing, and I highly recommend you guys check the series out because it is, I feel like some of these things that happen within this book are kind of generic dystopian things, but it is done very differently and very uniquely, and I've really enjoyed it so far. The next one is a book you think everyone should read ASAP, and for that I've chosen The Red Umbrella by Cristina Diaz-Gonzalez, and this is a story about a girl and kind of her journey to leave Cuba into the United States, and it is absolutely amazing. I cried, it was emotional, it's a very quick read, so a lot of people can get through it in one sitting. It was absolutely fantastic. This is probably my favorite book this year so far, and I just loved it so much. So people need to check this one out because I feel like nobody on BookTube has talked about this one. So yes, definitely read this one if you haven't. I highly, highly recommend this book. The next one is a fantasy book, and for that, again, I have chosen Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman because, again, I will continue to recommend this one until more people read it because it's wonderful. Read it because it's amazing. The next one is a book with little to no romance, and for that I have chosen the Fairyland series. I've read the first one so far alone, and the first one doesn't really contain a lot of love or anything in it. It is a middle grade story of September who travels to Fairyland and has adventures. It's whimsical, it's magical, it's wonderful, and it's just so great. So yes, this is definitely a book that I highly recommend. It's very quirky, the writing is beautiful, so yeah. The next recommendation is a standalone, and for that I have chosen The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book gave me a huge, huge book hangover after I was done and got into a slump, and it was just insane. I've never gotten into such a huge slump after reading this book. It was wonderful, it was beautiful. It's about a traveling circus that kind of just shows up out of nowhere, and these 2 magicians that are having this magical duel within this circus, and it is amazing. The next one is your favorite survival story, and this is one that I currently read that is now probably my favorite survival story, and that is Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis. This is wonderful. Again, another book that I found out through the monthly recommendations group. It is a post-apocalyptic world where water is very scarce, and this girl and her mom have this little pond on their property, and they're trying to protect it from everyone around them. So it is great. It is amazing, beautifully written, very quick read, and very gruesome. It's just such a great survival story. Next one is your favorite book, Friendship, and for that I've chosen Aristotle and Dante, Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Aldir Science. This is wonderful, great. It is about Aristotle and Dante and their friendship and kind of growing and falling in love, and it's just awesome. I absolutely loved this book. This was one of my favorites of last year, and yes, it has a great friendship within Aristotle and Dante. It's awesome. It's just great. Read it. The next one is a book set outside of the U.S., and for that I've chosen All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This is a World War II historical fiction following these two different characters and their stories and their different perspectives. It is wonderful. I've talked about this one on my channel before. A lot of people out there kind of already know what this is about, and it is great. And it is so far my favorite book that I have read set outside of the U.S. I would have picked The Red Umbrella, but The Red Umbrella, half of it is only set outside of the U.S., but this one is fully set outside of the U.S., and I just love it so much. And the last one is a book with your favorite empowering female character. I have not chosen one specific female character, but a lot of the books that I mentioned in this video today have a lot of my favorite female characters. September from the Fairyland series, Marie Laurie from All the Light We Cannot See, Lucia from the Red Umbrella is in there, and Gemma Doyle from the Gemma Doyle series is also in there, and I've mentioned in these videos today. So these are great empowering female leads. I will link everything down below to the Goodreads group for you guys to join and recommend books with us every single month. I've absolutely loved, like I said, this 1 year of book recommendations and everything. And again, thank you Trina and Kayla for coming up with this amazing group that I have just loved so much taking part of. Thank you guys all for watching again, and I will see you guys all next time.